Do you ever question yourself and reflect on your actions? Do you ever stop and think after someone says something you disagree with? Maybe they have a point. How often do you convince yourself that you are right simply by willingly refusing to look further into a situation or outcome? Are you doing that because you are more comfortable with the perceived outcome? Are you ever even willing to admit that you are wrong? We view the world through the lens of our own biases. I use that saying a lot in life, and it has many meaning and contextual layers to it. When spoken to another individual, it often implies that the other party can't really grasp the point you're trying to make, as ideologically they're so far unaligned or so distant from where you stand. When used in reference to self, it can be used as a way to remind one that the way they, as the individual, interpret the world around them is not necessarily and rarely, actually, the same view as others have around them. If I'm walking down the street and someone asks me for money, I can assume that based on my own biases, my own positions in life, and since I know I'm an untrustworthy liar, that that person asking for money obviously has to be doing it from the same position, morally or ethically or ideologically. So that person's obviously, just like I would only beg for money if I was trying to get one up over on someone or get quick money or take advantage of stupid people willing to give me money, that person's obviously going to do the same thing. So I'm not going to give that person money. The only way I would be out panhandling is if I was trying to take advantage of people and get some quick money. Now, if I'm walking down the street and someone asks me for money, I could assume that based on my own biases as a caring and hardworking person, that this person obviously has hit some bad luck and is in need of help. This person needs that help just like I would need that help. The only way I would be out panhandling is if I needed that money and was destitute and desperate to come up with something quick. So I know that that's the only reason that person will be doing it, so I can give them that money and trust them. Generally speaking, afterwards, we don't confirm either. We just move on, our egos pleased in what we did. I often talk to myself saying, I can't believe a person would do that, or there's no way I would ever do something like that. And almost immediately, I go into thought exercises. Because with some self-awareness, you can start to see your biases and adjust accordingly. I personally believe that there are two parts to external interactions with people, possibly three. The first is instinctual impulse in the moment, or ego as I call it. When someone says something to you or does something to you, almost always, if not always, it elicits an immediate reaction. You always feel something, and then you want to say or do something in response to the way that that person or the statement, the thing they did, made you feel. The second part is practicing self-awareness. Just because your boss hurt your feelings and you don't want to come to work anymore, you want to cuss them out and get fired, you don't have to go and do that after you think all that stuff. You can do the exact opposite. Maybe realize, yeah, this is my life and livelihood, and I should probably find another source of income before I go about doing all of those things. If you are late for something and you're like, man, I should probably floor it and get there faster and risk, very worse, getting pulled over and ticketed, very worst case, getting in an accident and probably killing someone or yourself. You could think that and then, not do that. Be skeptical of yourself. Self-awareness in the moment can conquer ego, but one must have the humility first to be able to think I can change or do better, or maybe I'm overreacting, and entertain the notion with trueness of heart and mind. And that's kind of that third step is once you process all of this, come to terms with whether you are right or wrong. And if you are right, then you find out you're just, and if you find out you were wrong and are honest with yourself, you can again adjust accordingly. There's a saying, be careful of staring into the abyss lest you find it staring back. And I've done that before plenty of times. As mentioned prior, when something confounds me or puts me at a loss, I tend to try to actively explore it mentally. So I've thought about many things, about so many things, that I cannot at least now discuss here. So to me, the abyss isn't scary the third or fourth time. It's like going back out to my creek. I look into that, see things, think things. The abyss is just another reflection to me. I'm going to do an entire video on a statement and the thought exercise that comes with it, but self-awareness in general and in regard to biases is extremely important. The statement is as follows. Great minds think alike, screamed the sycophant to the other sycophants. And the quiet thinker walked by, muttering to himself, so do the daft ones. The point is, if you're not aware, you may be surprised to find out where you end up in life. You will find out you've put time, effort, resources, emotional energy into some things, some people, only to find out their true nature eventually. But that's about it for today. I hope everything's going well with you. You're taking care of yourselves and the ones you love. This has been MGTOW Dad, because I didn't say that at the beginning. Or you can call me Steve-O. Go easy.